we don't rely much on any changes that happen with the Israeli personals or with the Israeli politics or with the Israeli mentality. Which seriously, I don't think any Palestinian activist who consider himself as a national Palestinian or who believes in change when it comes to the Palestinian situation could like relays or puts any pressure on the Israeli elections. We once took this part, and we believed in change inside the Israeli politics. Maybe some of us supported the Arab Joint List or supported the Arab leadership, or believed that something could change in that way. But that was always missing something. Yeah, I mean, you always carry the pin of the BDS, which is Boycott, Divestment, Sanctions. So when it comes to BDS, the three claims of the BDS, which you just mentioned, they provide justice for, they wouldn't provide justice for the Palestinians. They would provide the stop of injustice that's happening now. But justice for the Palestinians is by judging Israel for all the pain that the Palestinian people have suffered through the years, which is still a very far step from going there. I would say again what Jamal Abdel Nasser once said, which is what was taken by force will be getting back only by force. And with that, we mean like activism, sticking with your identity and sticking with the Palestinian roots, and with the eye-to-eye fight with the occupation, that you never should lay down to the occupier that's taking your land and taking your roots and you're suffering injustice from. And when it comes to prospects of change, the things we have been through and the fights we have been inside as Israeli citizens and inside the Naqab taught us that only the young and only the people in the streets are the one who would create the future. People have fought through the Israeli politics years in the Knesset and stuff, for example, to stop the proverb plan at the time. And the only way you could stop was a very loud protest called the Hura protest, the anger protest at the time, when you close streets and you close the entrance of Hura for a full night. And you will be fought back, and you will be shot at, and people got live rounds at that in that time, and they are Israeli citizens, but they are also Palestinian. So discrimination is truth, and occupation is truth, but it comes to the young and to the youth to fight that. You before asked me also about Haraba. So I think all of the Palestinian activists everywhere are trying to change the taboos that we had before, and what the odds with all of the struggle that they have been through got or thought sometimes change should happen on the Palestinian side and inside on the Palestinian leadership and on the Arab 48 leadership that's happening now. Haraba, for example, is a project to create job opportunities inside the unrecognized villages, and use that also to create cultural centers and educate kids through creating spots that you can bring people into. We talked about unrecognized villages, and we talked about how discrimination is there, and there is not any services, there is no any cultural centers, there's not, people are being made ignorant with the Israeli policies. So I believe in young initiatives and in people who would be proud of where they come from and would fight for that pride.